Closed captioning for The Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh, yeah. Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on The Casey Malone Show.
Today we explore the endless possibilities at GABA Camp. But first, let's give thanks for some easy recipes for turkey breast, turkey legs, and some interesting side dishes with green beans and potatoes.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Welcome to our Thanksgiving show.
Wow, is it Thanksgiving already?
Already, yeah. This is a little early. It's not Thanksgiving the day, but we have to get prepared a little early.
The magic of TV.
And we are going to do some really easy and quick dishes. And I'm going to revisit one from a few seasons ago.
I remember it well.
And I've got to tell you, this turkey breast with the bacon drape is really good. So I'm going to redo that. And now there's some new food safety things. Do not rinse the bird. Leave the bird alone. Just, put paper towels and blot it, but don't worry about running water and cleaning out the cavity and all that stuff. But I'll tell you, I've got a lot of people that come to the house for Thanksgiving that love the white meat. They want the breast.
That's true. They don't want the whole turkey. And you don't have as many people as we used to have. So
and then I'll tell you, I'm a dark meat person. Yes. I like it dark. So we are going medieval, and we're throwing in some turkey legs. And that way, I'm getting this. It's going to be the medieval fare.
Yeah.
That's going to be our theme for Thanksgiving.
Should we get a costume?
So what we're going to do is mix together these ingredients. Now, basically, it's the same for both. So I'm not going to go over that. But I combined what the legs need as to what the breast needs because it's the same seasonings. I just doubled up on it. And that will be on the website with all these other recipes. We are going to make some roasted potatoes with fennel from Father Leo's recipe. It's delicious.
Right.
And wait till you try my green bean almondine. Very easy stovetop recipe because we got to...
So the whole meal will be put together right here?
Right here.
Okay.
Right here. So Ken?
Yes.
What we're going to do, very basic.
Yes.
We have lemon zest.
Okay.
Salt, pepper, butter, and
mix it all in the bowl.
Sage. Mix it
you know
all
what
together.
I did first and you didn't even notice?
What?
I washed my hands.
Well, of course you got to wash your hands.
Yes. So there's
Don't rinse the bird.
Zest.
Keep washing your hands.
There is the
After
salt.
you touch these birds, use the spoon. You're going to go under the skin. You don't want to break it. But I've already done that with the breasts.
And so I just mix this up.
I guess there's two breasts. So I guess it's breasts.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So
Breastises.
What I'm going to do is, before we do anything else, I am just going to salt the cavity. Okay? Just put some salt in the cavity.
So I'm making like an herb butter here.
So right there is an herb compound butter. And we're going to slather it on top of this breast, and the legs. And then we're also going to go between the skin and the meat. We're going to do the drape. Remember the drape? Because the breast sometimes can be dry. So this bacon.
I said I'd help you out today, but I think you gave me the tough job here.
Okay. Well,
but, it's unattractive.
All right. So what we're gonna do is make a lattice. Remember this? You could have made the lattice. There you go. So we do like that. So it will. So now we're gonna do the opposite. So I'll say. So there we sit. There you go. Underneath. And then it makes a tight little seal. All right. So we're gonna make the lattice on our 8 pieces of bacon. And all of this is gonna be online. drape is good. You know, really, I had to have this out because I was showing you all the ingredients, but the closer to oven time, leave the bacon as cold as possible. It's easier to work with when it's a little stiff. So we're gonna throw that in the oven now, 425 for 30 minutes. Then we'll reduce it, and then the legs go in for the final hour. I have one more dish that needs to go in the oven because, you know, oven space is expensive real estate, Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
But I love
But
this.
you need another dish. You need a side dish.
This is a potato side dish, and it's got red potato chunks, fennel, which I love, and a little bit of anchovies, garlic, butter, and then a garnish of fresh parsley. And this is from our friend, Father Leo Padalingam.
Yes, Father Leo.
Father Leo is a priest out in Baltimore area, but he's a foodie and he writes for different publications, and he made a cookbook. I even got the preview, Grace Before Meals, and he's always encouraging, you know, through breaking bread and at the table, it's the best for children. But the most exciting part was Father Leo beat Bobby Flay in a throwdown.
So he's got some crap.
He's got real chops.
Yeah.
I mean, he comes in and he beat him on fajitas. It was really great. So anyhow, this is Father Leo's recipe. I have to go to the stove first, get everything melted, and then we'll assemble that and throw that in the oven too. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Beauty finds a dwelling place, and peace enters as an abiding guest. In winter, the snow falls softly from the sky. The great hearth would blaze. What magical effects that has a charm of its own.
This holiday season, we cordially invite you back to Greystone, as Olive Arms might have imagined it, to celebrate memories of Christmas past, a Mahoning Valley tradition.
Kamara Jewelers is the place to buy an engagement ring because we want a relationship with you that lasts a lifetime. Your commitment with her is the same commitment we have to you.
We want to sit down with you and teach you about diamonds so you're educated on what you're buying. We have the largest selection we ever have, which is the largest in the area, and at the best value. And if it's not something in our case, we could always custom make it. We can make any dream come true.
Get real, get Kamara.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old Road Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
I got COVID before the vaccine was available. I spent 3 weeks in a coma, 97 days in the hospital. My lungs failed, my kidneys failed. They asked my wife 3 times to pull the plug.
We have eliminated polio, measles, mumps, and other viruses through vaccinations. We will eradicate COVID with vaccinations.
You don't want to have to go through what I did. Get the shot. Protect yourself, protect your family. Thank you.
Direction Home of Eastern Ohio, providing resources and access to the COVID vaccine.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old-style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
Family-owned Mayflower Woolham Insurance Group is your full-service independent agency. Our family works with a variety of insurance companies, so you have the best choices for your insurance needs. Let us find the right product at the right price. Personal lines, business, farm, commercial insurance, life insurance. Trust locally owned Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important.
We'll take care of the details.
Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
So we're getting this ready. It is 5 tablespoons of salted butter, which I like. It's always unsalted, but Father Leo is going for salted butter. Then I'm going to melt this down, and then and over like a medium-high heat. I have chopped a little bit of the anchovies, but remember, these just disintegrate into nothing. So you don't have to really worry about beating them up once they get in the oil and the butter. So I'm gonna add those right now. And then I'm gonna add this, which is the garlic. So I'm gonna get this ready and melt it, and you're gonna see how beautiful it comes together. And then we'll add it to the fennel and the potatoes. I'm gonna dump our butter and garlic and anchovy, salt and pepper mixture. And
Looks
then
good.
you wanna mix this together.
Sure, I could do that.
Before we put it in the oven.
Yes.
So now this goes into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. That's about what we're looking at for our other dish.
Can I open the door for you?
Would you? That would be great.
Okay, Bob.
All right. And this will be the final dish. This is when everything's getting rested, 15 to 20 minutes, the green bean. I love this. Everybody likes green beans. So what I'm gonna do is steam them first. I've got about 1.5 pounds in here. I'm gonna steam them about 5 or 6 minutes till they're just crisp tender, and then I'll have everything prepared to put this into the skillet to finish it off. So while that's happening, and we're waiting for those to steam, we are going to melt this butter over medium-high heat. Butter is nice and melted. Now we add, I did not bake these or crunch these up. These are just blanched raw almonds. So now we are gonna toast them in this butter. Do you see how nice and toasty the almonds are? Perfect coloring. So now we're going to add the garlic. And now I'm gonna add the shallots. I'm telling you, this is a really nice recipe. I love it. Okay, get the heat down. Beautiful. And we're just gonna stir this until they're fragrant. Look, that looks good enough to eat right there. So now I've already turned off the beans because they have a nice crispness to them, but they're not fully cooked because we're gonna finish them right here now. I'm just gonna take them directly out of the steamer. And you just wanna toss and coat them with all this goodness at the bottom. So we've got butter, and we've got almonds, and we've got shallots, and we've got garlic. Oh, look at that. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful side dish. It hits all the notes. So now, because we don't have enough going on in here, right? So now before we plate it, we're going to add juice of 1 lemon and the zest from 1 lemon. And then we just mix it up a little bit more. Ugh, the smell. And then we plate it.
How's How's this for you? Does that work?
Little cava. You don't have to always go with the French champagne. The Spanish cava. It was a great value and a lot of good
Are these
taste
fun
there.
facts?
These are fun facts for your Thanksgiving. Why spend a fortune when you don't have to? How great did all these dishes look? The green beans, the potatoes from Father Leo, everything came together perfectly. But remember, I gave you some general times, but always, always use your meat thermometer to make sure you are at like 165, because you've got to let it rest, and that should bring your poultry up to 170. So always, always use that. And don't count on those little pop-up ones either.
Look at all the tiny bubbles.
Okay,
you wanna have a drink
first of
first?
all, this has been a crazy day.
It's been a crazy year, but we're still here.
I know.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Thanksgiving. That is delicious. I just love the way that tastes. All right, let's have some
And
food.
we've got to taste this real quick.
All
Now,
right.
I like the dark meat. That's why I think
Me
the
too.
chicken legs are a great idea. In under 2 hours, you're eating
Turkey
dinner.
legs?
And you don't have to worry about,
Are you talking turkey?
I'm talking turkey. The skin is so crispy. It's so good. And who doesn't like a little bit of bacon? And I'm going to tell you that sage really suits the turkey. I mean, that is good. A lot of people like thyme, but I think sage wins on this one. The potatoes are amazing. The beans, delicious.
Hold on, I gotta wash that down. I had something stuck in
I
my...
can't quit eating. But remember,
You're gonna have to call Father Leo.
Stella's stuffing and a couple of dessert recipes that I have are all online. We just ran out of time. I can always serve ice cream. You know what? You have to bake a pie. But go easy on yourself when you go to my website.
Wait, there's ice cream next?
CaseyMaloneShow.com. When you go there, I'm gonna have a pop-up and it'll have all kind of Thanksgiving recipes, because I'm telling you, stuffing, Grandma Stella's was the best. And these are great dishes, come together quickly. And I really want to thank you, Ken, for all your help.
It's good to be back.
I know.
It's good to be here for another year. Happy Thanksgiving.
I love you. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. I am back with Rude the Dude at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. And get ready, the fall menu is here.
Yeah, our fall menu's out now. Like I said, we brought some new things on, some old favorites. So we're just gonna try it out. Along with that, we have some of your favorite local craft beers, the pumpkin beers, the fall beers. We've extended our hours for football seasons back, some of the local high school games, professional games. So we're just getting ready for the fall and winter season.
And remember, it's never too soon to start thinking about the holidays. You've already got class reunions and showers over in the Wine and Spirit Room. So if you want to book your party, now's a good time to do that.
Yeah, we can cater it at your house or cater it here. So if you want to take the night off and come in and let us do the cooking for your parties, we can do that.
And if you need any information, of course, you go to their Facebook or their website, magictreepubandeatery.com.
Beauty finds a dwelling place, and peace enters as an abiding guest. In winter, the snow falls softly from the sky. The great hearth would blaze. What magical effects that has a charm of its own.
This holiday season, we cordially invite you back to Greystone, as Olive Arms might have imagined it, to celebrate memories of Christmas past, a Mahoning Valley tradition.
My basement was dreadful. Cracked concrete, chipped tiles, it was my dumping ground. Carpet, vinyl, wood don't last. Now I have Pebblestone, the best basement floor covering. It has transformed my basement and expanded my family's living space. It's easy to clean, withstands flooding, and will never need replaced. You will love your basement. Pebblestone, the best flooring system.
Call today to save 60% off your new Pebblestone floor for a limited time only.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Is it time to update your color style? R&S Paint will assist you with your choice of over 3,400 Benjamin Moore colors. Vibrant, durable, and easy to apply. Be current, be stylish. Shop R&S Paint.
I'm all about local, and my bank is Farmers National Bank. Farmers is the true hometown bank in the Mahoning Valley, standing strong for our local families and businesses since 1887. Farmers is also future-focused with a lab branch, interactive teller machines, and best-in-class mobile mortgage app. We've all learned the value of local relationships, businesses, and communities. Switch to Farmers.
Hi, Jimmy Sutman here. I'm the director of three important agencies, three of my favorite agencies. First of all, Purple Cat. It's a day program for adults with disabilities where we pay our adults to work with animals, at restaurants, all different types of things. We have a radio station. I also represent ISLE, which is the acronym for Iron and String Life Enhancement, which provides residential opportunities for adults with disabilities. And finally, Golden String Inc., our 501c3 that is going to be leading the charge with GABA Camp, a camp for adults with disabilities. And here I am at this wonderful facility, Farmer Casey's Ranch, that represents all three.
Well, I am a big fan of Jimmy Sutman's and a big fan of Purple Cat and Golden String and all the wonderful opportunities that they provide. And now I'm excited for the next chapter, which is GABA Camp. And Jimmy, this is such a great idea. They're going to actually have a campgrounds with cabins and a lodge. I mean, there's 55 acres out here that are going unused, and you're gonna make sure that everything is accessible for all your clients.
Yeah, we've been blessed. We have a great start on that. We have a path that's a half-mile path that goes all the way around our 7-acre lake here. We have a bridge from a highway. It used to be on a highway over in Massillon, Ohio, that connects one side to the other and allowed us not to disturb valued wetlands. So our folks with wheelchairs can get all the way around the lake. And it really connects us to where GABA Camp is going to be built, to put pathways through the woods, but yet keep the woods. I mean, we're not cutting down trees, we want it to be woods. We know that there's some expense there, but really, how do you put a price on that? It's literally priceless. You know, if you are a person that is confined to a wheelchair, you know, getting into the woods safely, you know, being able to navigate independently too, you know, i.e. when they go to the restrooms, be able to open the doors with just a push button. When we go swimming, that there's several different types of lifts, 0 entry to get into a swimming pool, you know, big wide doorways in certain cases. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to pay attention to. So really, you know, we're at that stage. We are soliciting funds, you know, we are writing grants, we are having fundraisers, and you know, we're trying to get some more money to keep that going. But as I said, we're not in our infancy. You know, we've already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this. You know, we are trying to solicit funds to sponsor cabins, you know, these wonderful cabins that you're showing. And there's one other thing that really was the thrust for me personally for wanting to build GABA Camp, and that is staffing. If you're an adult with disabilities and you want to go to Florida or you want to go to Camp Fitch, how do you get a caregiver to go with you? Not only do you have to pay for their ticket and all of their trip most of the time, but finding people in this day and age to go is very, very difficult. You know, I can envision us flying people in from all over, picking them up in a Golden String or a Purple Cat van at the Pittsburgh airport, bringing them here, you know, staffing them, and then on the flip side, taking them back to the airport and making sure they safely get on an airplane and go home to wherever they're from. That could be something that the individual with a disability looks forward to all year long, because they'll get to see the same folks, hopefully, and then make the friends that we all make when we went to camp. That camaraderie, that relationship building. I really don't know of any other way to do it. You have to physically get people together. It doesn't exist, on Zoom and in the airwaves of the internet. It exists on a very
personal level.
Yeah. We need it to be more personal. That's the word.
We need the funds to make this happen, and we've already had a lot of generous donors, but we need more. The plans are for a lodge, the zero entry pool, the different cabins, and then equine therapy. We're looking at horses, and really making this a true immersive experience into this gorgeous bucolic atmosphere. So all you have to do is contact Jimmy. We'll have all that information here, and find out how you can participate and how you can be generous to this wonderful camp.
As we're developing here, I'm getting more and more excited, and I'm seeing the passion on my adults with disabilities faces. They're really excited about it, Casey.
Really. So reach out. Honestly, this is a worthwhile venture.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.